This is going to be a little bit embarrassing for me, but I'm going to be honest. I am not the most familiar with an AWS Lambda and the Lambda functions. I hear about it all the time, all day, every day, but I never really took the time to look into exactly what it is until now. Better late than never. Let's dive into it to see what exactly is an AWS Lambda and its function and how we can make use of it to be more productive and produce a maximum flawless victory.
Traditional server-based cloud applications often require manual provisioning, scaling, maintenance, patching, and load balancing to handle varying workloads, demands, and changes in user needs. This leads to time spent on undifferentiated operational tasks and under or overutilization of infrastructure capacity that results in wasted costs. AWS Lambda, a serverless compute service allowing you to run code without thinking about provisioning or managing infrastructure, is the fastest way to turn your idea into a modern production application. As your trusted partner, AWS manages the underlying infrastructure of your application with built-in fault tolerance, security measures, and best practices. This helps you become more agile, bringing your application to market even faster while writing less code. You pay only for the resources you use, cutting your overall costs as AWS Lambda responds to real-time demands. It automatically scales up and down based on incoming requests, ensuring optimal performance without the need for manual intervention. It's ideal for data and stream processing, web and interactive applications, and emerging technologies, all of which enable you to continually innovate and grow. Turn your ideas into modern serverless applications today with AWS Lambda.
So I hear you. It's supposed to be make us go faster, less scaling. I just don't quite understand what this serverless Lambda actually does. It says it can do quote unquote everything, but I don't get it. You know what? I'm going to go over to Gemini and try to see if it can give me a better understanding of what an AWS Lambda is, maybe related to one of my applications to see how we can actually use it. On a live stream, we'll try to build an AWS Lambda and its function to try to make some sense of it. All right. So let's go over to Gemini real quick. Let's say at work we are using AWS Lambda functions for a plethora of things, but I don't have a strong understanding of what in AWS of what a lambda is and its purpose. Can you explain to me in a super easy to understand way what a lambda is and how it is useful? Feel free to use what you know about me to explain how it is relevant to the work that I do. That's how, like when I'm doing a research prompt, that's how I do. I'm giving it some details about me and say, hey, whatever you know about me, help it make sense to me. So it says, think of AWS Lambda as a freelance specialist on call 24/7, 365, who only charges you by the millisecond when they are actively working. Imagine that. Imagine if you could only pay up to the millisecond when you have an employee. Normally, to run code in the cloud, you have to rent a virtual server like an AWS EC2 instance. That server sits there running 24/7, using up electricity and costing money whether people are using your app or not. You have to update its operating system, configure security, and handle scaling if traffic spikes. With an AWS Lambda is serverless computing. You don't manage a server. You just give AWS your code, a single function, and set up a trigger. When that trigger happens, AWS spins up an environment in milliseconds, runs your code, delivers the results, and immediately shuts everything down. Interesting. I'm still trying to think of what I would need. I'm going to need some examples. All right. So key benefits: zero server management. You never log into an operating system, patch software, or configure web servers. That's good. Pay per execution. If your function runs 10 times a day for 20 milliseconds each, you only pay for those 2 seconds of total compute time. That is amazing, actually. That is pretty amazing. Automatic scaling. If one person triggers your function, one instance runs. If 10,000 people trigger it at the same exact second, AWS spins up 10,000 parallel copies to handle the load. It's very helpful in scaling. How it relates to your daily work. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. How are AWS Lambda functions related to moi? Since you spend time working across automated QA testing, software engineering, and content creation, here's how Lambdas fit into those exact domains. So for QA and test engineering, let's say you're using Playwright or Playwright for the CI workflows, continuous integration. Instead of running heavy automated test suites or visual regression checks on a fixed local machine or expensive dedicated servers, a Lambda can be triggered by a GitHub commit. It spins up, runs headless tests against an API or staging environment, reports the pass or fail results back to your team, and turns off. Interesting. In SaaS or app development, webhooks and APIs, if you build applications with microservices or third-party integrations like payment processors, user auth events, or database triggers, Lambdas are ideal. For example, when a user completes a checkout via Stripe fires a webhook. An AWS Lambda catches that webhook, updates the user's account status in your database, sends a confirmation email, and closes out instantly. Interesting. In media and content creation pipelines, processing uploads. If a user or content workflow uploads a raw video or audio file to an AWS S3 storage bucket, that upload event can automatically trigger a Lambda. The Lambda function can grab the file, run an audio transcription or image thumbnail generation script, save the results, and finish. When not to use a Lambda, long-running tasks, Lambdas have a strict 15-minute maximum execution limit. If you have a job that takes an hour to process, a standard server or container service like AWS ECS is better. Constant high traffic. If your code is running continuously 24 hours a day without stopping, a dedicated server can actually end up cheaper than paying per execution on Lambda. Okay, so basically you have, it's like, you have 15 minutes to do a task, and if it takes you more than 15 minutes, you need a true server. If it takes less than 15 minutes, you can spin up a Lambda to run your task, your workflow, whatever it is. You can do it through a Lambda. I'm still not getting a clear example. Let's see. Let's use QA. Can you give me of how I would use the Lambda for quality assurance? So, we got a graph. So in quality assurance, AWS Lambda functions act as automated event-driven workers that execute testing tasks without consuming permanent infrastructure resources. Let's take a look at this. So we have AWS Cloud. User accesses the web application via custom domain. All right, this chart doesn't make much sense, so I'm gonna let that go. Too many moving pieces. Parallel automated API visual regression testing. The problem: running 500 API test scenarios sequentially on a CI runner takes 20 minutes, delaying deployment pipelines. Lambda solution: trigger a master Lambda function that fans out 500 individual Lambda executions simultaneously. I'm getting some ideas, but it has to be within 15 minutes though. I'm getting some ideas real quick. All right. So something that we're going to have to look into. Each function runs a single API test or Playwright visual screenshot check against the target endpoint. The entire test suite completes in under 10 seconds, returning aggregated pass-fail metrics, automated test environment seeding and teardown. The problem: tests require clean, isolated state data. For example, dedicated user accounts and mock active subscriptions before running. Lambda solution: a webhook from GitHub Actions or Jenkins calls a Lambda before running the test runner. The function executes database queries to seed dummy records, returns a success token to start testing, and triggers another Lambda upon suite completion to wipe the test data clean. That is pretty nifty. I'm definitely gonna have to try this out. So scheduled synthetic health checks, canary testing. I'm not gonna read all of that. Dynamic mock API servers. Basically, you can create the dynamic mock API servers via a Lambda. I want to see a code blueprint for triggering playwright. I don't want to see it. I'd rather try it on a live stream. So we're gonna actually try this out on a live stream at some point to see how can we create a Lambda. Maybe I'll get a better idea, a better example of what I can use a Lambda to do, because I have so many different workflows that I work on that something's gonna come up like, oh, you know what, a Lambda might be a good use case in this scenario. So we're looking at that. But to wrap this video up, I do want to look at this last YouTube video. Where it's going to be talking about the AWS Lambda. It's about a little bit longer than the first one, but it's going to give us even more understanding behind it.
When you're building applications, you want them to deliver a great experience for your users. Maybe you want your application to generate in-app purchase options during a gaming session, rapidly validate street address updates, or make image thumbnails available instantly after a user uploads photos. To make this magic happen, your application needs back-end code that runs in response to events like image uploads, in-app activity, website clicks, or sensor outputs. But managing the infrastructure to host and execute back-end code requires you to size, provision, and scale a bunch of servers, manage operating system updates, apply security patches, and then monitor all this infrastructure for performance and availability. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just focus on building great applications without having to spend lots of time managing servers?
That is the dream of most engineers, not having to manage servers, not having to manage a bunch of infrastructure. But guess what? You also by having someone else do it for you, you also have to pay for that.
Introducing AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is a compute service that runs your backend code in response to events such as object uploads to Amazon S3 buckets, updates to Amazon DynamoDB tables, data in Amazon Kinesis streams, or in-app activity. Once you upload your code to Lambda, the service handles all the capacity, scaling, patching, and administration of the infrastructure to run your code and provides visibility into performance by publishing real-time metrics and logs to Amazon CloudWatch. All you need to do is write the code. AWS Lambda is very low cost and does not require any upfront investment. When you use AWS Lambda, you're simply charged a low fee per request and for the time your code runs, measured in increments of 100 milliseconds. Getting started with AWS Lambda is easy. There are no new languages, tools, or frameworks to learn. You can use any third-party library, even native ones. The code you run on AWS Lambda is called a Lambda function. You just upload your code as a zip file, or design it in the integrated development environment in the AWS Management Console. Or you can select from a list of function samples pre-built for common use cases such as image conversion, file compression, and change notifications.
Interesting.
And built-in support for the AWS SDK makes it easy to call other AWS services. Once your function is loaded, you select the event source to monitor, such as an Amazon S3 bucket or Amazon DynamoDB table, and within a few seconds, Lambda will be ready to trigger your function automatically when an event occurs. With Lambda, any event can trigger your function, making it easy to build applications that respond quickly to new information. To learn more about AWS Lambda, visit our website and you can get your first Lambda function up and running with a few clicks in the AWS Management Console. And with the AWS free tier, you can try Lambda for free.
Nice. Well, we're definitely going to give that a try. I've been meaning to get more to start playing around with the AWS Lambda, get a better understanding of it, because what happens is once we get that understanding, then our eyes, the scales are removed from our eyes, and we have so many more opportunities, so much more potential to figure these things out. So I'm excited about that. I cannot wait for us to spin up a live stream where we're going to be playing around with AWS Lambda, setting one up. Maybe we look at the pre-built ones to see how that fans out, and then we definitely got to find a use case for the things that we do to spin up a Lambda and make use of it so that we can get a much better understanding. I see some potential in our QA workflows. I'm not too sure yet about the content creation workflow, but we're going to explore all avenues and we're going to make something amazing. All right. But let me know your thoughts. Are you experienced with AWS Lambdas? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you prefer to set up your own infrastructure? Are they a godsend? Let me know, because like I said, I am not the most familiar with it, although I've heard about it for years now. But today's the day. Now is the time that I'm going to get my feet wet with AWS Lambdas, and we're going to learn it together. Drop me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. What's your experience? Do me a favor on your way out, if you have not done so already, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachralph.dev, join us for Vibe Code and Chill, join us for Scrum Nights, get access to Resume Flow, the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, and the Speak Precisely app over at techcoachralph.dev. Join us in the Discord, where you can meet up with like minds, help each other win. We help each other with homework. We help each other with web development, with AI and getting ramped up on that, Python learning, cybersecurity, whatever it is, we got you in the Tech Coach Ralph Discord. But until next time, friends, family, Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Ain't no days off. The way isn't training. You don't bleed in practice, you die in the field. Look. Swinging the wood till my knuckles are bleeding. I don't need rest, it's the combat I'm needing. 10,000 hours, I'm locked in the zone. Carving my spirit right down to the bone. Stepping my radius, watch how I serve on. Swinging this blade like I do this forever.